It started simple. Gas was expensive. Toby, my coworker, lived 10 minutes down the road. One day after work, he asked, "You drive this route every day, right?" I said, "Yeah." "Would you mind picking me up in the morning? Just until I figure some stuff out. I'd toss you gas money." Seemed reasonable. He was nice enough. We weren't friends, but we got along. So the next morning, I left 5 minutes early. Pulled into his street at 7:40, like we agreed. He came out right on time. It was fine. One day. Then 2. Then 5. He handed me a $10 bill by Friday. "For the week." "Thanks, man." We talked a little during the drive. Mostly stayed quiet. Didn't feel invasive. I didn't mind. Week 2, same deal. Week 3, no cash this time, but he said, "Let me cover coffee tomorrow." I didn't push. I never wanted to become a meter. It was just carpooling. 2 guys heading the same way. Then week 4 started weird. I texted, "Here," he replied. "1 second." That, 1 sec, turned into 9 minutes. He came out, no apology. I didn't say anything. But the next day? Same thing. Only this time I saw him through the window, brushing his teeth. 3rd day. He texted me, "Hey, can you grab me at 7:55 instead? Trying to get a bit more sleep." I said, "Can't. Still need to be in by 8:15. He texted, "We usually roll in by 8:10 anyway. It's 5 minutes, no biggie." That rubbed me the wrong way. Usually, and no biggie implied this was now some kind of routine. Like I worked for him. But I let it slide. Week 5, he stopped asking. Just assumed I'd wait. Once I sat in the car 14 minutes before he even came out. No gas money. No coffee. No. Thanks. But he'd started doing something new. When we get in the car at the end of the day, he'd say, "Mind if we swing by Walgreens real quick? Can we stop by my girlfriend's to drop this off? Hey, I ordered takeout. It's like 5 minutes off the route." It was never 5 minutes. And never really a question. If I said, "Tight on time," he'd joke, "You in a hurry to get home and stare at the wall?" Week 6, I told him, "I'm gonna drive solo tomorrow. I've got an early thing." He just sent a thumbs up. Next morning, no carpool. At work, he walked by and said, "My Uber driver didn't even have AC. Brutal, man." I smiled, kept walking. I thought that was it. But he started getting weird. After that one day I didn't pick him up, something shifted. It wasn't anything big, just his tone. He stopped dropping by my desk. Stopped saying, "Hey," in the hallway. Didn't invite me to grab lunch with the rest of the guys. At first, I thought I was imagining it. But then on Thursday, in the break room, he said it. Almost casual, but not really. "So, still on solo drives now, huh?" I said, "Yeah. Works better for my schedule." He nodded slowly. "Right. Just, a heads up would have been nice." I didn't answer. Because what was I supposed to say? "You're not my responsibility. You turned a favor into an expectation. You made me feel like a rideshare driver you weren't paying." Instead, I poured my coffee and left. But the next day, he doubled down. We passed each other near the elevators. He goes, "Not saying I'm mad, just kind of sucks. Felt like we had a good thing going." A good thing going. That's the kind of phrase you use when both people are getting something they agreed on. But I didn't agree to anything. I was helping. Helping until it stopped feeling like help and started feeling like debt. That weekend, he sent me a text. "Hey, any chance I can hop in with you Monday? Ubers are killing me." I stared at it. Didn't reply. He followed up Sunday night. I know you've been doing your own thing lately, but let me know. 7:45 works. Let me know. 7:45 works. He didn't even ask. Just assumed. I left it on read. Monday came. I drove in alone. At work, I caught him glaring at me during a meeting. Just for a second, then back to his notes. Tuesday, he didn't say a word. Wednesday, he joked loud enough for others to hear. Guess some people forget who saved them from the parking lot walk for 2 months straight. That one hit weird. Like, what? He was framing himself as the one who'd done me a favor. As if his presence in my car was the gift. By Friday, he'd unfollowed me on Instagram. I only noticed because someone else mentioned he'd posted a story tagging the office with. Some folks will use you until you set a boundary. Then they act like you wronged them. I didn't even screenshot it. I didn't care. But part of me realized he'd built a whole story in his head, where I was the unreliable one, the one who changed, the one who failed. All because I stopped doing a thing I never promised I'd keep doing forever. The truth? He didn't miss the ride. He missed the control. He liked being able to say, 5 more minutes. He liked the stops, the detours, the unspoken assumption that his time mattered more. And I was done playing along. Monday morning, I left my apartment early. No text from him. No mention of anything all weekend. I figured it was done. No need for a scene. No grudge. Just distance. But when I pulled into the lot at work, I saw him, leaning against the wall near where I usually park, pretending to be on his phone. At first, I thought maybe it was coincidence. Maybe he got dropped off. But as I pulled into my spot, he looked up, walked over, knocked on the window. I rolled it down halfway. He smiled like we'd just talked yesterday. Hey, you driving back after work? I didn't answer. He kept going. Just thought, maybe we could ride back. Catch up. I looked at him for a second. Not angry. Not even surprised. Just done. I said, I've got errands. Then rolled the window back up. Turned the ignition off. Grabbed my bag. Locked the car and walked in. He stood there for a second like he wanted to say something, but didn't. That was the last time he tried. No texts. No follow-ups. No, hey man, what's going on? Just silence. He started taking the bus. Started saying hi less. Stopped showing up in places I was. And honestly, that was fine. Because somewhere along the line, he convinced himself I owed him something. A ride, a heads up, a warning, a conversation. And I didn't. There's a difference between being kind and being obligated. And people like him blur that on purpose. They call it a favor when they need you. Call it a betrayal when you stop. They talk about loyalty. But what they really want is access. And when you cut that off, they act like you changed. But I didn't change. I just stopped doing things that made me feel used. He stood there that morning expecting some full circle moment. A laugh. A ride. A return to normal. But I wasn't circling back. I was parking. Getting out. And moving forward without him in the passenger seat.